If you're over 40, it may be time to organize your life. You may be feeling that you're all over the place and things could be a lot chaotic and you'd like it a bit more simpler. Then I think this may be useful to you because these days I realize that my decision to enjoy slow living has been down to intentions and in more ways than one because I feel that it's also down to a series of tiny little habits that I've either formed, I've created, or they are systems that I've just put in place that makes life simple and efficient for me. But more especially because as I get older at 42, hello, I now find that time is very precious to me. I value my own me time. I crave solitude. Whew, and I enjoy my own company. Just leave me alone and I'm good. But that's not to say that I'm a snob. I enjoy other people's company too. It's just that sometimes it can be draining, so I make intentional moves to put that depleted energy back into me. So in today's video, I want to share 10 things I do to organize my life. Especially as I have so many roles. So do bear in mind, I'm a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend. So I make it look like I have soft life. I make it look like I am a lady of leisure, but it's so far from it. Having these tiny habits in place takes away my worries. They help me live day to day smoothly as much as it is practically possible. That's what I'm saying. So, but also they afford me the ability to daydream as my life carries on. So the very first thing is that I find that it helps for me to stock up on loose change. So I have a little one who's 4, soon to be five. And so before the start of the school year, I find that I'm always keeping coins in a jar. The essence of that is because there are some random collections that take place throughout the school year that I'm not giving out notes. It's just coins. And that would do so well. I would love to contribute to the so many givens throughout the school year, but I'm not breaking £5 for this. We're not doing that. So I'm going to keep my coins. I feel that they help a lot for things like that. The second thing that I do is that I find that I say no quickly so that it can free up my worrying time. If I have to say no to something or I want to, which is very much allowed, I do it immediately. So it gives whoever is asking me maximum time to go and find alternatives, to go and find somebody else to help them or ask them with whatever it is. But it also helps me not to waste my brain time. My brain cells are very precious to me. Besides, the worst thing that can happen is that I will probably change my mind to a yes. And that's usually beneficial, isn't it? Yes. Another thing that I do to organize my life is treating my home like a cafe. I always do a roundup of cleaning of the kitchen every night. A quick 10-15 minutes. Tidying up, putting things away from the counter, tidying the living room, making sure that there are no dishes in the sink. It helps because it makes my mornings easier and more pleasant. When I don't walk into a mess first thing in the morning, it makes me start my day right. I intend to continue that. I've always done it. Nothing's going to stop now. So my home is treated like a cafe. We cannot leave it dirty for the next shift starters, can we? No. Now, number 4, something else I do to organize my life is taking moments for myself. I take every opportunity I can get to set aside time for me to sit quietly, to sit by myself, to stare at the wall. Yes, that's perfectly normal. In other people's world, it doesn't make sense. But in my world, it makes absolute sense. Even if it's 10 minutes, that's quite a long time. It's a lot. I find that having this necessary pause helps me to avoid overspill of my emotions. Regardless of what unwinds during that time, it's meant to be a kind and dignified way for me to step away from the busyness of the world. And it helps me. Number 5, my life seems organized because I keep track of praise and thanks. I keep every single thank you email and positive messages that I get that have been sent, especially at work, so that when I'm having a rough day, I go through those emails and remember some of the lives that I've had an impact on, some of the things, amazing things I've done at work. They are stored in a folder within my inbox so that when I'm feeling down, I go through it and I remind myself of the good things people have shared with me over the years, over the months, and I intend to continue doing this. Why stop now? Number 6, another thing I do to organize my life is that I embrace healthy conveniences. So while I have always looked for efficient ways of doing things, even at work, I intend to continue to find ways that give me convenience. It's not laziness, it's just convenience. Why am I expending unnecessary effort for something that can be done quite easily and probably quickly? No one has ever gotten the best mom award or the best daughter award. I used to feel like buying chopped vegetables was cheating. But now, I will buy the ready-made frozen onions if I have to, or the pack of mixed veg if I have to. Right now, speed is key. Energy, I need as much of it as possible. Number 7, my life is organized because I accept that life will never be perfect, and that's okay. I am welcoming imperfectionism and embracing it with my full chest. My husband says, when life bends, you bend with it. So I have embraced that. I have stopped rushing around like a headless chicken. I used to drive my children to a primary school that was in another borough. On a good day, it should be 25 minutes car ride. But this will turn into 45 minutes, even an hour in traffic. Because back then I could do it. And then I was still making my way to work. But now, no, we're not doing that anymore. There's no need. There's a school around the corner. It's so well, and it's even good. It's well performing. So that's great. Number 8, logging my reading is a new habit that I want to form. So I used to read a lot before the kids came along, but now we're getting there. They're growing, thank goodness. But now I have a notion for storing my thoughts and a few extension of, my internet browser. But I want to start logging my reading, and that includes even learnings and notes from podcasts, because that's the way we are living now. So I would like to have an intellectual life and brain beyond the endless grind of being just a mom. I'm a human being first. I usually have to remind myself that. And my intellectual thirst needs to be filled. So that is another small habit that I'm taking with me. Then, number 9, I intend to keep my life organized by picking pockets. Not literally, I'm not saying that, but not literally, not as in, stealing people's stuff. But what I mean is that from now on, I intend to buy dresses, garments, trousers, jeans, jackets, coats, things that have pockets, because they have added convenience. There's just the added benefits that comes with it. Imagine when you're wearing a dress and you've got a mobile phone, there's no pocket on your dress. I'm forced to hold, that's extra weight. So I'm going to be keeping things organized. Any new dress I buy this year on, they must have pockets. I find that all my clothing should have storage potential. And, if my next Ankara dress is at the tailor, they'd better be adding pockets, right? And the last and final thing, I think, going into this new year is that I intend to allow my imagination to run wild. That is one habit I really want to do. And right now, while I'm saying it, I think I will be stacking it with my me time, which is the habit I mentioned earlier on in the video. At 40 plus, I find that it is important not to lose the sense of imagination as we get carried away with, the worries of life, the hustle and bustle of life. It can kill the spirit. And I intend to dream, the ideas of the various aspects of my life, what it would look like so that it can become a reality. And while I am at it, I will be dreaming big. Yes, I will be dreaming a life of possibilities. I want to get out of my own way. There will always be emails to reply to. Work will always be there. Work never stops for as long as we live. right? So even those who have retired, they find things to do. Otherwise, it feels like they're waiting for death to come and knock at the door. Besides, life is for living. So that's all my 10 habits that I have created to organize my life. I hope you find them useful. If you do, or if you start to incorporate any of them into your life, let me know in the comment section.